And welcome back, rugby fans, to Rugby411. As always, I'm your host. My name is Joshua Shibata, and this is going to be a very short video, or I'm hoping kind of short. But I'm hoping maybe we'll start some dialogue between myself and rugby fans and people that are checking out these videos. Something very interesting has just occurred recently in Major League Rugby, especially if you have been watching the games as religiously as I do. There has been a term that's been thrown around just now by all the commentators in Major League Rugby. The term when a team is down a man because they have a yellow card or a red card for a egregious foul or penalty with lethal content or notorious content. The term now referred to by the Major League Rugby commentators has never been done during the season until just now, is that when that happens, the other team is now on a power play, which is a term that is not used in rugby in any organization or any form around the world. It is a term that is used more in hockey, if anything else. It definitely has caused some buzz, so this video is going to be talking about that. Yay or nay, the usage of the term power play in Major League Rugby. So, again, if you're new to rugby, just like in soccer and just like in certain other games and other international sports, when a player does something that is considered a serious offense or one with very ill content, like a punch to the face or an elbow or just constantly breaking the rules consistently, even after the match official has warned them not to, they can be sent off into the sin bin and given a yellow card or a red card. Yellow card, they'll be out of the game for 20 minutes. Red card nowadays, the rule has changed. Originally, that player can never come back in. Now the player is gone for 20 minutes, but now can be replaced by another player on the team, just not that player in particular. We won't even go into how some people are not happy about that rule change, but nonetheless, when that happens, usually in most rugby games aired around the world, the team that has the one-man advantage is usually just a team with an advantage, and the other team is at a disadvantage. I understand the reasoning, but now in Major League Rugby, over the weekend, whenever that happened, the commentators made it a point to call that now a power play. Again, this is a term, if you're not familiar with hockey, this is a term in hockey where, yes, in hockey, similar situation in rugby, if a player does something egregious as a foul, they can be sent to the penalty box. And when that happens, the other team is on a power play. They have a man advantage. Again, it's a term that is only referred to in hockey. It is not a term that's ever been referred to in rugby, but for whatever reason, Major League Rugby is starting to use the term. Now, I understand the reasoning for it. It's pretty obvious that they're trying really hard, Major League Rugby, to kind of connect casual fans that don't follow rugby, fans specifically in the United States and America that may follow other sports like hockey and understand that it's a similar concept, so let's use similar terms. It's definitely caused a lot of controversy. There has been not only fans, but players in Major League Rugby that are not very happy with this term. I was on the fence of it originally, but now more and more, and again, I understand I understand the reasoning of using it is to try to get more fans to understand the concepts by using familiar terms. When I explain the game of rugby, I do use other sports to kind of explain what rugby is doing so they understand it. For example, a line-out. No different than a face-off in basketball, except in basketball, the referee's throwing the ball up, but both players are fighting over. Line-out's the same, except now you have one team that's throwing it out, but between two players again that are fighting for the ball. No different than when you have to do a scrum. The scrum, it's no different than in hockey with a face-off. The official drops the puck and two hockey players are fighting over it. similar. Instead, you have 8 people of each team fighting over the rugby ball, and one player from one team is rolling it in. But I use those terms to explain the concepts so I get it, just so that people can kind of get it, because they don't quite understand the concept that they see in front of them. But if you kind of relate it to a concept they do already understand, it makes sense. But at the same time, I don't call line out a jump ball, and I don't call a scrum a face off. I don't use those similar terms, but it's not a concept that's entirely foreign in American sports. And this is probably why I've been leaning more towards nay, because what does bug me is when people use other sports terms for specific sports in other sports. Like, for example, when someone does a great play in football, sometimes they call it, oh my God, that was a home run. But that's not a home run. If a running back breaks through the line and scores a long touchdown, it's not a home run. That's not a home run hitter. It's technically not a walk-off either. But both terms have been used in football when they are normally used in baseball. Again, it's a very weird thing to use other sports terms for a sport. And again, I get where the reasoning is from it, and I'm not gonna fault Major League Rugby for trying that. I just don't think it's something that they should consistently do. It also does sound, if you watch some of the games, some of the commentators aren't fully supportive of it either. They usually say power play, chuckle, chuckle, chuckle. They're laughing because it is kind of a joke to them, that they're using this term that you don't normally use in rugby. So, again, just starting a conversation. What do you, the rugby fans, view of this? I know, again, watching social media, there are a lot of fans that are not fans of it. Haven't really seen anybody that's for it, but who knows? Maybe one of my viewers might actually like the usage of the term power play. And if you do, let me know what it is that makes you like that. I'm not saying that's wrong, because I understand it. And again, if it does help fans understand the concept, I'm all for it. It's just weird because it's not a term that is normally associated in rugby in any aspect. And it's a term that's usually more referred to in a different sport. So the crossover, it just doesn't work, in my opinion. So I am a nay on this. I think most people are. But again, if you're a yay, let me know why. And if you're a nay, let me know why. This, again, is just starting conversation on this YouTube channel. So that's the video. See if you guys are interested in it, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, as always, thank you very much, and I'll see you on the pitch.